Alright, more Predators. So this is the Berserker Predator with the partial cloaking going on, and the City Hunter 2-pack, which I believe was only available through Toys R Us. But there's a Toys R Us sticker on it, so I'm not sure if mine's just missing the sticker. But I know I saw it in the store, so not really sure. My packaging is a little beat up here. Got some bends on it. That's fine. I fully intended to take this guy out of the package. But it looks like it's pretty cool. You got the Berserker guy there from Predators. You got the City Hunter from Predator 2. You got a is that the hybrid skull? It looks like possibly from Alien vs Predator. Right there, I think that's what that is. Then you got a human skull with a spinal column. You got the glaive. You got the fully collapsed spear, and at the very top, which I didn't notice initially, you have a fully extended spear. Pretty neat. Can't see what else is in the packaging, if anything. I'm sure there's a blade. There it is. There's a blade right there on the side. Transparent, of course, for the semi-cloaked Berserker Predator. But it looks really good. Even digging the split background there, which I can't remember on my other 2-packs if they how the background was split. I remember it was for the Alien vs Predator, but I'm not sure about the what was the 2-pack I got? Well, anyway, looks really cool. Back of the packaging has like the Predators and some little symbol there, Predator 2 thing. Little bio on each. Talks about the Berserker. Hopefully that's readable, eatable, edible, readable. We can focus on it. Focus. And then I'll go over to City Hunter. Focus on that. Should be good. And it shows like all the Lost Tribe, which I guess I'll go ahead and try to complete that. I don't know. I got a lot of different collectible lines coming to an end here for me anyway pretty soon. So yeah. So maybe I'll end up actually getting all Predators. I've got a new appreciation for these guys since I saw Predator on Blu-ray and watched Predator 2 on Blu-ray, and it was okay. It's still what I would consider a crappy movie, but has some cool Predator stuff in it. Almost like a amped up B-movie kind of thing, so horror B-movie, which isn't bad necessarily. Just if that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. Really appreciated the first Predator a lot better, but hey, whatever. We're talking about toys, so I'm gonna crack these guys out of the packaging, and we'll compare them up to some other figures and all that, and then yeah, take a look at these guys out of the box. Alright, got the boys out of the packaging. So, yeah, they are pretty awesome. Just like my giant Predator here in the background, you can see his little leg right there. This guy's, they're almost identical. The only real difference is this guy has the molded in netting. The big one, of course, has the actual netting. The small guy has the double jointed knees. The other one has single jointed knees. And that is it. That's the only real difference. Just to really talk about what a great large action figure that is. And even the small one, they're phenomenal. I love NECA. Yeah. So, anywho, we'll take a look at the Berserker Predator first real quick. So slide him and his gear out of the way. Alright, so first off, we'll talk about Predators there, where you have like was it 3 or 4 Predators hunting down Adrian Brody and all those guys. And that was a cool movie. It was alright. I liked it about as much as I did the first one. This looks like the hybrid type skull, but there's no inner jaw. This jaw is kind of articulated, but not really. Like, you could probably mess with it and make it articulated, but it's flexible, but it's not really like it's super articulated. But it's another Predator skull. I want to say, oh man, who is this? I know, but because the mandible things are just huge, and the head got an interesting pattern there. So I'm not really sure which Predator exactly this is, or supposed to be, because the mandibles are ginormous on this thing. I want to say it's like the hybrid, but the alien Predator hybrid, but I'm not really sure. I have to brush up on my Predator lore. But anyway, nonetheless, still a cool skull. Alright, this guy comes with a couple of accessories. He comes with a translucent blade you can see through, and a regular metal cutter blade, which is awesome. Because these things kind of pop out easy, at least on my Falconer. The steel blade on the regular colored Falconer slips out really easy, and it actually slips out kind of easy on the partially cloaked Falconer as well. Let's take a look at this guy briefly. Some of the detail in there in the paint apps. Even though it's really like a monochromatic, you got clear and you got this brownish gray. There's a lot of detail in there you can see. Now this figure was actually separated into two in the packaging, so that may have been why I was able to get them for a decent price. I kept on passing on them in the store, and then now they're all gone. Now they're like selling for like 60, 70 bucks online. So this one was actually found this one, and this guy was split in two pieces. And after asking, like, does it look like there's any cracking? And it's like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I never had any problems with NECA's customer service. I was kind of hoping that if this guy was broken, I could maybe get some kind of replacement parts for him or fix it myself. But luckily, it just snapped back together, and it's fine. Okay. Articulation. It has an articulated gun. It's on a ball joint there. Moves up and down. This does not retract in any way. It's just there. It's not going to slide onto his back. The head's on like a ball joint, but it's really restricted because of all these dreads, man. He's got super dreads, so it doesn't really work all that well. Same with this shoulder right here. You can kind of get it. You could force it all the way around, but I'm not. But because of the way his armor is, it's so tight on the body, it kind of limits his movement, which isn't all that bad. You can move it, but I'm not going to. He does have the single point elbow with the swivel and a ball jointy wrist. Same articulation on this arm, except you have the blade that slips in here. There's just a little slot and slips in. Put the transparent one in there, translucent, whichever. Yeah, I was just checking to see if it's the same size as the other one. There we go. Yep. Cool. And that goes in there. Then you have a, it's not really a ball. It has like a little bit of a rock to it, but it's basically just a swivel. Especially with the belt on there. Now he does have a thigh cut joint right there, and he has like the old school swivelly V-cut crotch. So you don't have a nice ball joint like you do in the City Hunter, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, this is a display piece, not really a play piece. I mean, considering my age and all that, none of these are really play pieces. But if I were to get them down and play with them with the 6-year-old, or whatever, yeah, this would not be one of them that I'd take down to play with anyway. So, alrighty. Oh, and the single point knee, and has a ball joint in the foot, but it has like a soft boot that goes over it, so you get a little bit of movement out of it. But it's not really it's not going to stay where you put it unless you heat it up in some fashion. And he's got peg holes in his feet, which are always good. But he stands fairly well. I don't see any need to do anything with the boots anyway. So stands pretty well, not bad. Like the paint. And then we'll go on to the City Hunter. Ta-da! Yeah, so this guy's really cool. Now I did like the Predator 1 movie, or just the Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think the best out of those two. But I think I really dig the design of the Predator 2 Predator a little bit better. Just, I don't know, I like the metallic colors in him. He's a little bit bolder colored, but it's a little more natural, I think. Plus he has super cool weapons. He has like the spear. He's got his little glaive disc down in there. He does have a smaller shoulder cannon, and it doesn't have the huge hump backpack style that the Jungle Hunter had. And that's cool. I just think his aesthetics are a little bit better. I mean, his helmet, I don't know, kind of like both of them, about the same. But it's pretty cool. Now he comes with another hand, a splayed open hand, just like his big brother. And then he comes with a nice little human skull and let me get this out of the way. We'll actually look at this skull really good. This is crafted really well. I love NECA. Have I said that already? So you got a skull, Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Oh, baby, you set my heart on fire. Okay. Creepy. Too much fun. But yeah, this is done really well. I love like the wash they got on it and everything. It's semi-flexible. I mean, I don't want to bend it too much. Huh. Had to take a quick break there because the mail lady came to the door. But yeah, but the skull is cool. Focus. They're nice to be articulated, but is that too much to ask for? I'm not really sure at this point. Love NECA. Alright, back to the Predator at hand. Let's see here. Alright, so it's got a ball jointed head. And I wish it went up just a little bit more so you can get him down like those crouching poses. You can get him looking up a little bit more. But it's not too bad. I mean, you can kind of, you know, get him up there a little bit. So that's not too bad. He has like a pseudo ball, which is what I call it. It has like a pin that goes in here. There's a circle in his shoulder that this pivots around. So it's not a true ball joint, but it gives you the motion of a ball joint. You can't quite get it. I mean, you can. You have to move his arm out of the way and let it go up into his dreads like that. But you get a good range of motion. I mean, a good natural range of motion. Single point elbow with a swivel. Ball jointed wrist. Ball jointed waist. And his articulation is just like the his partner there, the Berserker, except for the crotch. This has got the newer crotch with the ball in it. So you get like a swivel and ball jointing kind of motion, even though it's a what I call a pseudo ball, near ball, almost a ball. Double jointed knees. And then a ball jointy foot. And plus, you know, it has all these little pieces dangling on. It has a extending, retracting claw if I don't break it. And then just a minute ago when I took my little break there to go check on the door, one of my other predators fell over, knocked over my falconer predator with the camo, active camo on, or whatever you want to call it, and shot out his transparent blade. So now I'm short a blade. It disappeared, so I got the one for the, because his hand is transparent, so he gets the translucent one, and then the Berserker gets the solid one now. But anywho, I cannot say enough good things about these guys. Here's the unmasked version. Same exact. The only difference is the head, literally. Paint apps are about the same. You know, I mean, with NECA, you're not going to have two figures that are 100% identical, and that's fine, because that goes through and shows you they have, like, hand-applied washes and stuff. You know, I dug through figures for the longest time trying to find, like, the right amount of copper corrosion green on his armor bits and stuff. And that's why I didn't get this guy at retail, or this guy at retail, because I could not find one that I like to wash on. And that's fine, because sometimes I want one cleaner, sometimes I want one dirtier. Just kind of depends on the figure and where I want to position him at on my shelf and all that. So, but yeah, but these guys are definitely awesome. 2 thumbs up. Definitely love the 2-packs because they always have extra accessories. The NECA's got a trophy room diorama coming out, as seen at the end of Predator 2, and you'll be able to display all the skulls on there. So, put those two together, sorta, like that. This guy came with the background. Yeah, for this 2-pack, 2 thumbs up. I'm only going to give it a 9 out of 10. Because this guy still have the old style V-crotch, which I'm sure they used an old mold. I think I saw somewhere where they had this guy was already done as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive previously. I haven't done my research on that. But apparently he came out before or something. And but for a reused mold, it's awesome. I used to think the McFarlane stuff was the stuff, but these guys are like spot on. I mean, a lot of times I'm like, well, you know, they can improve it this way, improve it that way. There's not much they can do to improve these and keep them still like an action figure. I mean, what do you want? You want soft, pliable skin and netting on this tiny figure? Nah, not really. I don't think it's really needed. But that's like the next step, you know. Next thing, they'll be cloning like small little humans and dressing them up, and you got to feed your action figures and their action people, which that's like some huge moral dilemma there. But anywho, getting kind of weird. Yeah. You guys are awesome. If you don't have a Predator, buy a Predator. This guy's my favorite design. I mean, other Predators are great. You know, want something colorful? You're into the Oriental thing. You know, get you a big red. You know, Falconer if you like the masks. A little bit more, I don't know, Looks like he could be Talon, like a version of Talon from the Batman Night of Owls story arc. And then I guess he has his own series. Anyway, if you don't have a NECA Predator, get a NECA Predator. 9.0 for the City Predator, or City Hunter, and Berserker Toys R Us 2-pack. 2 thumbs up. Great job, NECA. I love you guys.